There were hardly any Chinese women, so it's women convicts, but more commonly the children of former convicts who were possibly likely to marry Chinese men. There were few marriages between Chinese men and non-Chinese women, and they were heavily punished, ostracised for those marriages.
At one particular stage in the goldfields, there were 2,000 Chinese men, one Chinese lady. It was considered a disgrace for a European lady to marry a Chinese, unless he was wealthy. Then it was considered okay. As I said, nothing's changed.
It was almost an assumption that any woman consorting with a Chinese man had to be a prostitute, and you'll see that in the way the police and the press write up cases. Even though they were legally married, you were almost by definition a Chinese prostitute if you were associating with Chinese men. So some of these marriages were marriages like that, and some very large number weren't.
The Chinese were not viewed favourably within the goldfields. They were viewed very unfavourably, and certainly convicts had the same sort of social status as the Chinese in a sense. So what you're really looking at is a synchronicity between the two groups.
Dad had said that there was some degree of ostracism within the family because of the Chinese component, and they tended to keep it fairly quiet.
From the women's side, a lot of Chinese men were viewed as being much nicer husbands and being much kinder and gentler, whereas the European community viewed women who married Chinese as having hit rock bottom. In fact, from the women's point of view, they often found a husband who actually cared for them and didn't beat them up.
Did you know they never lifted the restrictions on immigration of Chinese women until 1978? You take my own case. I've never taken a Chinese girl out in my life. My wife was a Aussie girl, blonde hair, blue eyes. I never complained. Not only that, I wasn't game to.